The trophy, the posting with it says, found out my kid got a participation trophy. Had to be done. Hashtag play like a champion. Hashtag father of the year. The implication is that his kid got a participation trophy and he broke it. Gator, what do you make of this?
I think he's a giant tool bag. T-ball is what this trophy was for. T-ball. I don't even know if we're keeping score in T-ball games. I mean, honestly, who cares? They're what, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds at most that are playing T-ball? Mm-hmm. I understand people that they're upset with the participation trophy. I wouldn't want a participation trophy either if my kid were, say, 10, 12 years old. But for T-ball, this is the first introduction into sports. You know, and like I said, I don't know if they're even keeping score in T-ball. And this guy's got to be macho man and crush the trophy and put it out on Instagram. But then again, I guess you do some more digging on Albert Breer and isn't any kind of surprise. I'm looking at, now this is Wikipedia, so take it for what it's worth. But it talked about how it says in here, Breer was suspended from the NFL Network from April 25th, 2016 through June 1st of 2016 for undisclosed reasons and was prohibited from posting on social media during that time. Prior to suspension, he had agreed to take a position with the Monday Morning Quarterback. In May of 2017, Breer dismissed widely reported allegations that baseball player Adam Jones was the target of racial taunts by fans at Fenway Park because, according to Breer, I've probably been to 200 games at Fenway in my life. Never heard a slur yelled at a player. He's just... You're
not a fan.
Not a fan. Oh, and by the way, he went to Ohio State. So there's that, too.
Well, look...
but not that matters.
I am not a fan of participation trophies, and I'll tell you why. I think kids need to learn at a young age, and I don't know what age it is, whether it's 6, whether it's 10, whether it's 13, I don't know. I think it's important to learn to deal with coming up short of whatever your goal or expectation is. I think it's important to understand that there are winners and losers in a lot of aspects of life. And whether you're going for a job, whether you're going for a promotion, whether you want to get into a certain college, whether you want a certain grade point average, a certain grade, whether you want to make this team or that team, you have to learn how to deal with disappointment. You have to learn how to deal with essentially losing. And I think, I don't have data, but I would suspect that a lot of people that have problems as adults coping is because they were spoon-fed everything. And we're always a winner. And then there's, parents protected them from disappointment. I want my kids to feel disappointment. I want my kids to feel hurt. And I want them to figure out what they're going to do about it. Are you going to work harder? Are you going to try harder? Are you going to seek help to reach your goal? Are you going to realize that, hey, maybe that's not for me. Maybe I'm not good enough to do that. I mean, you look at every kid, that ever played any kind of sport, probably a good majority of them think, well, I'll just go play. I'll be a pro. I'll just play pro. And then you realize, hey, I'm not good enough. But if it's a 6-year-old, how would I deal with, if I found out they were handing out participation trophies, I'd probably just say, no thanks. But if my kid had already received it, I wouldn't break it. And I certainly wouldn't post on social media. Now, we don't know, Gator, if this is the actual picture of the social media, of the trophy that he received. The trophy says 2019 DYB T-ball champions. Well, are they champions, or did they all get champions? I wouldn't break my kid's trophy once they had it in their possession. I will admit that I would, if we heard they were going to go over there and get your participation trophy, I'd be like, we'll pass.
For 6 years old?
Yeah.
7 years old?
Yeah. I
Wow.
would.
So, and your kid is crying or whatever. They think, Dad, I really want that trophy. You say, no, we're good.
They've never had a trophy in their life. It's the first opportunity. And
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. First of all, I don't think my kid would be crying.
Oh, just say, I don't know.
But
if
if the
really
kid is
wanted
crying
it or
because they really,
something.
really wanted a trophy, no, I don't. If my kids cry about stuff, I'm not going to just hand them something.
They got the AirPods.
Yeah, they did
Well,
get
they
the
did get
AirPods.
that, yeah.
Well, one of them lost the AirPods. That was a deal I was not happy about. That was a gift. Anyway, the point is, yeah, I'm not a fan of participation trophies. But if my kid had one, I wouldn't break it. I wouldn't take a picture of it. I wouldn't put it out there on social media. I wouldn't brag about it. I'd let them keep their trophy. Because then I think you're just being kind of cruel. And I think it's a lot of look at me. But I'm not a fan of those. I'm not a fan at all. And yet I don't know what the right age is. Like I'm sure, I bet a child psychologist would tell you at that age it doesn't do any harm really to let them have a participation trophy. At some point though, it would stop. If a child psychologist said, no, go ahead and let them have it, I go, okay, fine. This is your field of expertise. But my first thought is, no, we'd pass. But I also am not going to pull him out of line when he's with his entire team and they're all getting handed. If I just hear that they can go over there and get a participation trophy and the kid doesn't know anything about it, I'd say, no, we're good.
yeah, again, with me, it's because it's T-ball. If it's baseball, it's different because you've moved on from T-ball. T-ball is you're learning the very, very basics of you're literally hitting off of a tee, right?
There's probably no real champion in this league.
Of course
Are you
not.
kidding me?
You know, so it's like, you want to hand a kid a trophy at the end of the year at a banquet? Okay, whatever. It means nothing, and he'll know it means nothing at some point in his life. And, you know, once it gets to real competitive sports, if they hand out participation trophies for those, then it's a different discussion. But for your first introduction into anything athletic, if they want to hand out a trophy, whatever, I don't really care.
248-539-9797. What do you make of this? Is anybody, would you do what Albert Breer did? Break the trophy and say, no, we don't want this. We don't want this at all. And make a point that your kid knows about. I don't know if his kid knows about it. I suspect his kid does. 248-539-9797. Punch your ticket text at 97136 and your tweets at Doug and Gator 971. It's Karsch and Anderson, 97.1 The Ticket.